Impact segment tonight, Halloween and Christmas celebrations may be banned in a suburb of Chicago because of the Muslim holiday of Ramadan. The Oak Lawn School Board is meeting tonight to consider banning all specific celebrations because a Muslim parent wanted the school district to honor Ramadan, saying the Islamic tradition should be recognized in the public schools. That has caused Superintendent Tom Smythe to propose banning Halloween and Christmas celebrations in favor of generic fall and winter holiday deals. Joining us from Chicago is Ahmed, Rehab, the executive director on the Council on American Islamic Relations in that city. All right, so the lady goes in, Muslim lady, and Elizabeth Zadon, and asks Mr. Smythe, look, we want to have some recognition of Ramadan here. Do you know any more about it, what the recognition was that the woman wanted?
This woman is a member of the PTA of this school. She's a parent with 3 children in the school. A little context to the story, about 50% of the student population in this particular school are of a Muslim background. With that in mind, she wanted to decorate the school for the Ramadan season, just as she had last year. Last year, she not only decorated the school for Ramadan, she personally decorated the school for Christmas and for Hanukkah as well.
Okay, so she wanted to put up the star and crescent flag, which indeed they did. And I guess they got complaints about it, and that's why this guy Smythe said enough with the specific holidays, correct?
Correct, and that's where the problem is, Bill. That's what I want to clarify. In the news media, they have erroneously reported that the issue is a Muslim parent or the Muslim party, students, parents, and others who wanted to do away with Christmas and Hanukkah. That is not true. What the Muslim party, the parents and the students wanted, was to have equal representation for their own season for Ramadan, just as they have for Hanukkah and for Christmas.
Right. By equal representation, though, here's where we get a little dicey, and let me tell you why. If I'm Smythe, I'm the superintendent, I say to Miss Zadon, sure, you can put up the star and crescent flag and, a few decorations, and here's your wall space, and you can do it. But if you want parity with Christmas and Halloween, you can't have that, because these are traditional holidays in America. We have a system here where Christmas is a federal holiday, Halloween is just a celebration for children, and, we're going to do a little bit more there. Would you object to that, or would she object to that?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by parity.
It's not parity. It's not parity. You don't have the same amount of time to, to one as you do to the other, based upon the other having, particularly in Christmas, a legal holiday status.
The only issue for her was decorating the school and being able to celebrate Ramadan. Okay. That was it. So, as a matter of fact, Bill, as a Muslim,
then why is Smythe? And we talked to Smythe, but he wouldn't come on. And he just says, "Look, I'm tired of all this. I don't know why he would be tired of it if it's just a matter of wall space and putting up a few decorations."
Because the real culprits in this story is a few parents who are obviously non-Muslim, maybe Christian, maybe something else, who couldn't find it in their hearts to tolerate another group of people having equal representation for their faith values.
But again, equal representation is the problem. That sounds to me like you want exactly what you would get for Christmas.
It's decorating hallways in a school. Okay, it's not chiseling away at anybody else's rights whatsoever. Okay, it's not. They're making a mountain out of a mole.
Let me tell you what I would do if
it's ridiculous.
Let me tell you what I would do if I were the superintendent. You tell me if I'm right or wrong. I would say you can have a Ramadan display, and here's the wall space for it. Not all over the school, but here it is, and you can put up what you want. And we'll actually tell people in the school it is Ramadan, and here's what Ramadan is. I would want that to be taught. That okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's all
then on
wanted.
Halloween and Christmas, there would probably be bigger displays, more displays of those two celebrations based upon the traditions of America. Would that be okay?
Once again, Bill, it would be okay because Muslims in the school and elsewhere are not pitting one against the other. Okay. They never brought in Christmas and Halloween into this discussion.
All right. So
okay,
that's what I would do, and you would be all right with that. And we can't speak for the lady, Ms. Zabdan, but you know her. She'd be all right with that, right?
I believe she would, but here's the issue that I want you to address yourself, Bill, and that is, do you find it problematic that a group of parents cannot tolerate the representation of Ramadan where 50% of the student body is Muslims?
If they said that, if those parents said that, I would find it problematic.
Thank you. Now,
because I think we're all Americans, and it's a pluralistic society.
This is a pluralistic society.
And we should be generous. And there's nothing wrong. with nothing wrong with acknowledging Ramadan. Absolutely not.
Bill, as a Muslim growing up in Manchester, England, I celebrated Christmas like everybody else because I was a tolerant individual.
Okay.
It did not take away from my Islam. I was a very practicing, observant Muslim.
All right, as long as you want parity and as long as there's not a scorecard, I got no problem with it. Mr. Rahab,
We don't
thanks
have
very
a
much. We
scorecard. We just
appreciate
want
it.
tolerance.